Hi, my name is Manuel Fuentes, and I'm here to talk about Chapter 6, which is pretty much talks about family violence. Well, in my part, it specifically is talk about the extent of family violence. And actually, there's two different kinds of topics that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how some abuses are talked about in the broader aspect, which is pretty much like in general. And we're going to talk about topics that are in the narrow aspect. So depending on how researchers view it, there's usually different types of family violence. Like you look at a broader aspect and actually a narrow aspect. If you look at the statement, pretty much a child disciplined physically. So for example, if a parent physically abuses their child because it's disciplining them to do better, then 85% of those parents are part of those statistics. So they're not purposely beating their children because they're actually trying to make them have like some kind of lesson learned. But in comparison, if you're looking at a narrative prospect, only 5% of children are being abused nowadays because their parents are purposely beating them with no consequence at all. So they would make the choice to just pretty much beat them. And then there won't be any discipline or any lesson learned there. So they will be purposely hitting them. And as in comparison of that, 80% dropped to only 5%, which means that many children are suffering to this day. And not many people are realizing that it is a big social issue. And also, it was pretty interesting that a survey is conducted that martial rape happens 8 to 14% a year. And comparing to child abuse only happens 6% of children who are being abused every year. While in addition, wife beating is 25% of wives who are pretty much abused by their husbands every year, and pretty much elder abuse, which is very minimal. Like people don't really talk about it much. It's only 2% of elders are being affected this year. So in addition to that, the percentages might be really small, but if you look at it in the broader aspect, think about it. So if 6% of children are being abused every year, that is equivalent to 4.5 million of children being abused. So if you look at it, the statistics as being as pretty much small, that's actually a big problem. So with that being said, child abuse is pretty much the common abuse in our society today, which means that it should be there should be some solutions to be considered in the future. So if children are being abused without any discipline, then how are we going to fix this? We need to fix. There needs to be some kind of way to fix this and lower the percentage, because 6% might seem really small, but that could be a big impact in today's society. And that's pretty much my part for today. I would like to appreciate you taking time and watching this video. Thank you.